Good evening. Excuse me. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It is what? Excuse me. What on earth is that? A whole thing I've never seen before dropped up on my screen. Oh well. Looks like it's okay now. So who knows what's going on? Anyhow, here we are, and it's Monday night. Mental Mind Treatments. And I see two people already are on board, which is wonderful. So a card I picked tonight from our God Box Insight cards. The first side's pretty, this is the side I kind of came up first. We begin from completion. And there's a little sort of a knot element on here, but it's the back side I really, really like. I begin in wholeness. I work and play in wholeness. I finish and rest in wholeness. And that's something you'll hear me say, that I am connected to the one source and one power, the wholeness of element of being. And it's an energy when you connect into it and you feel the lovingness. And as I have reminded a few people this week, that we are absolutely loved beyond measure. We can't conceive of it, of how much we're loved, but how much do we let in is the question. How much do we allow it in? How much do we give it credit for, basically? So I have a few written down, but I see that Karen Lee is already here for me. Whoops, my pen is falling apart. Isn't this wonderful? Things are falling apart. So let me get another pen because I'm going to be writing. Okay, that'll do. Now, Karen Lee, let's see. What have you got here, dear? So I'm changing my page over because I've got writing on the other side. And would be a tremendous treatment for my highest and best. Yeah, I worked for years working on that for my highest and best. And, I'll tell you what I used to say. I used to say, well, I'm treating for my highest and best, and then I duck. Because sometimes when we have our highest and best, it's like we've got to wake up to something, or we've got to become aware of something, or we've got to have a different perspective or whatever. And anyway, so not to be, let's see the numbers of what you've got here. But yeah, for years I did that. And it really opens things up and makes things happen. So now your numbers say that because there's a decision or a choice that you're making, and it's about balancing your energy of how much you put out and how much you put in. And, it's like, how do you balance that? If you're putting everything out, you get deplete yourself. If you're keeping everything in, then nothing is shared. So it's all about balance. In fact, number 2 is the high priestess, and that's balance in a way too. But it also is about decisions. But what I think here is about you just resting in knowing what you have and what you've got, and having the faith with the 22 being the full, that you can move forward, that you can step into the unknown. But let's do the treatment, because I love doing treatments for highest and best. I know there is one power and one essence that is in all things, and therefore I speak my word for Karen Lee. As I speak my word for Karen Lee, I know that the highest and best for her is activated at all times. I also know that she has the knowledge, the wisdom, and the essence to move forward with faith and clarity in the direction that she wants to go, allowing her highest and best to be activated at the same time, so that wherever the path takes her, she will recognize that this is for her in the absolute way. I give thanks in the knowingness of this. I give thanks that knowing that pathway, that step by step for her highest and best is absolutely there for her. And I release this thought to the universe, knowing that it is done. Karen Lee's highest and best is activated and bringing forth all that she desires, wants, and has faith in how it proceeds. And so I release this knowing that it is done. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, Karen Lee. Kayla. Now, Kayla emailed me earlier, so I've got hers here. Now, I want to tell you something that's really interesting because she said, I've got three. She sends me three numbers, 333. And I added them up and they come to 9. So I'm going to add a little bit more. 3, of course, is the love, is the Empress, is love, is abundance. It is life and fullness because of the love. But when we look at the 9, because that's what it adds up to, it says the answer lies within inside yourself. That you may not exactly know it, but it resides in you. It is there. And that fits in with what Kayla has asked, which is to bring love, channeling love, and trusting the process. Because I know that she's involved with a project that she's doing. So knowing that this is a loving, giving of love and the essence of herself, that really, that it lies within her to express, because that creation of a 3 is expression. So as we move into the treatment element, I know there are one power and the one essence. It's very alive in Kayla. I know that the connection is there. And as that essence of being in the love source and channeling the love into the project that she's working on, channeling that and trusting the process that she's involved in. To me, I light up. It brings me joy. And I just want to add the word joy in here, is to allow the lovingness to come forth in a joyful manner, in a celebration manner. I know you said 3, but I also see the symbol of the 3 of Cups, where the 3 women are dancing with their cups held high, like life is full, yay, yay. And I just feel here that's I want to add joy. I want to add joy in here, because I just feel that we need not just, the love is great, the channeling the love is great, but let's add some little bit of joy so that we have a great experience in all very ways. Knowing the truth that absolute wonderful energy is right there for Kayla to bring forth all that she can with ease and grace and joyousness. I release this thought knowing that it is true, that it is done, and that all things are great and good. I give thanks as I release this thought, knowing that it is true and it is done, that bringing love in, channeling love, and trusting the process with joyousness is complete. And as I release, I say, and so it is. Amen. Also, Kayla asked for her to be a daughter-in-law, Diamond. Now, because Diamond's not here, I picked some numbers, which was 20, 17, and 8. And what I see here is that her acceptance of the life, acceptance, and creating the balance and knowing that everything will come into being. So she wants to see her daughter, Mina's, receive her passport and be happy about it and smiling of accomplishment of this goal. So as I speak my word for Diamond, I speak my word for Diamond being relaxed, to feeling confident in that all things will be in their proper place. That the knowingness that her daughter, Mina, will receive the passport in time, hold it in her hand, and also smile and become just thrilled to have this accomplishment of receiving this passport, which seems to be surrounded. What I want to do is clear all the, I'm going to, a word I don't always like using, which is negative energy. Actually, I'll just say clearing the energy around this so it flows easily. I think there's just too much involvement. I look at this whole thing about the passport, the people, I know the incidences, but it's like there's too much energy here. We want it all gone. We want all the energy subsided so that the receiving of that passport is easy. It is done. It is accomplished. And I give thanks in the knowingness of being shown this. Yes, accept that it's done. Accept that it's there and quit worrying about how because I just feel too much. Get everybody else's energy out of the space. And I release this, knowing it is true that the energy is dispersed. So that there is clarity and ease and receiving what Mina wants. I give thanks for this knowingness, and I release this thought knowing that is true and it's done, and she has it. I just want to make a little comment on this too, because when you go into treatment, you're there, and we really need to keep our energy clear when we have a goal. We need to clear out anybody else's input, etc. It came very clear, so we give thanks for that. So I move on to Marion, and she says, "Good evening, blessings to all." Oh, got lots of blessings, which has often been my saying. And I found today I was saying that. So interesting that it's coming out. So Marion also contacted me earlier with a whole lot of combinations. And so we've ended up with 6, 22, and a 1. And in some ways, there's been some confusion here, but with the 22 is like having faith, proceeding forward, and the magician basically saying all things are possible. And the words really are manifestation of what's to happen to one sooner than later. Manifesting sooner than later, we should say. So we know by the numbers that it is about patience and just understanding a little more. But the Fool says have faith, because everything is possible. Everything is possible. So don't get worried about it. Don't have the old saying, don't hassle it. So in the treatment, as we move into that one place, knowing that the manifestation happens sooner or later, I give thanks and knowing that there is an alignment taking place. It's like when all the planets align, it feels like there's an alignment taking place, and it doesn't feel quite there yet, but it's coming. It's like a what is that? When something eclipses, it's like almost like an eclipse, sorry. And it says it comes on in, it's like it's coming together. And when it's all on alignment, then the manifestation will occur. I give thanks for that manifestation happening sooner than later. I give thanks that the manifestation is happening. It's just time. And as mine of my sayings is, time is your friend. And it just feels so good knowing that it's coming in together. And so I release that by saying, and so it is. So many blessings to that. I love it. Okay, Karen. Hello, my dear friend. Okay, greetings, Norma. I did a healing circle for you yesterday. So 8, 14, 12, and many things. Yeah, I've been feeling so much better this last week. Just so much better. It's like a little switch went on somewhere. And I feel, instead of having 1 or 2 naps a day, I haven't had nap for probably 6 weeks, but I just feel more energized, which is wonderful because I got lots of work to do, but anyway. Okay, so 3 numbers, 8, 14, and 12. Whatever, because I know we've gone through, since I began these, just about every week, a transition. And now I feel is that you're bringing forth, with the A, I'm going to explain the numbers as I go, it's strength. You're bringing forth the energy into the physical. And that you're working with that because of the 14 and able to accept, and I may call it little bumps in the road. They're not big ones, but they're there, little bumps in the road as you're bringing everything into an alignment. So when we move into that other space of knowing, and I speak my word for Karen, I know that the strength, the purpose, and the awareness is accepted easily. and assimilate it. And I'm giving a little more pressure onto the assimilation, because to assimilate this new vibration and the new awareness, and to be in the way of where you're heading and where you're going, it is like, and I spoke earlier about joyousness. I feel this is another one. I want to put a drop of joyousness in here, a celebration of knowing, a celebration of realization that the essence of how you move within your life has changed, and a celebration of that as you get used to it, as you grow more with it, and the love and the light and the joy. It's like I've heard a person say once, it's like bubbles in a champagne glass coming up. It's just like really being aware life is here to celebrate. And there's a celebration here. And I give thanks for this. I give thanks in knowing that Karen is celebrating the changes, the perceptions, and the awarenesses, and the growth. And I give thanks as I release this thought, knowing it's true, it's done, and it's all good. Thank you. And really thank you for the healing. What I was saying earlier, that I'm feeling so much better. Your healing circle, whatever you do, works, because every time you say you've done one, I have made another little stride in some way, shape, or form. So keep it up. It's very good. Thank you. And I appreciate it. I totally, really do appreciate it. Karen Lee, I love you, Norma. That's nice. You are amazing. Thank you. I'm feeling fantastic and appreciate all you do for all of us. I appreciate you guys, or otherwise I wouldn't get to have so much fun and joy if you weren't here. So now I'm looking at Ashika. I'm going to get that name right one day. Okay, we've got 7, 14, and a 16, and a healing for your health physically and mentally. Right. Yeah, I hope your back got really fixed up there. I still think of that when we first saw it. It was so red and inflamed. Healing. Hang on a minute. Let me just go back to that. Both physically and mentally. You know, one thing when we have pain, and this is just a comment, because I've had pain in my life, physical pain. My body has taken a beating over the years from different things. When we have pain, it's difficult on our mentality sometimes, because it's very wearing. It's like something being worn down and down. And so I am looking at the numbers you've given me here in a minute. But I just want to say, you be kind to yourself. That's just me to you. Be kind, because it's difficult when we have pain. And I've had a lot of back pain throughout my life. And I've had times when I couldn't get out of bed, or other times I had to have, anyway, lots of back stuff. So I really, really understand how pain can affect the mental. But I want to do your numbers first, and then we'll do the treatment and see what comes up. The 7 shows change, a willingness to let go of the old. And that can be old ideas, belief systems, people, situations, or like putting it behind us. And 14 is about balancing everything, and being aware of what you've got, the pluses and the minuses, but also you're not there yet. You haven't got to where you really want to. The fear is that something else will come along to make the advances that you're making go away. And that's the fear. And we know that one thing, and you're in spiritual essence of growth, that fear is the enemy, because it's how our thinking works. And when we move into fear of anything, it's like it blocks and stops everything. So it's like you're ready to make another step of growth and enlightenment, and at the same time, the fear factor is there. So let's just see how the treatment goes. But I'm just going to have a sip of water first. Thank you. I know in the one power and the one essence that for Ashika, there is love and light, and a relaxing of the physical body as the mental lets go, not only pain, but worry. Let's go fearfulness of what's happening or where it's going to eat, how long is it going to go on, what's going to happen. I know that the love force is all around, and the breathing in of love and letting go of pain. So it's to do with breath, I see here. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in those loving forces. I've talked about joy tonight, joyousness, support, knowing that love is there all the time. So we just need to bring it in and then breathe out the anxiety and the worry and the fear of what may be. Deal with the present and allow it to grow. You're ready to grow. You're ready to move out of the old, move out of old thinking, old situations, knowing that life gives. I have a saying that says everything adds. And yeah, sometimes, things that add don't really is not what we want, but it's opens up other possibilities. It's like cracking an egg sometimes. It opens it up. And so life sometimes has those situations coming out of nowhere. And so I see for you a sense of transition, a transition into awareness that you have the strength, you have the power, you have the essence to go and create how you want to be, not how it feels. How you want to be in relation to life, how you want things to happen for you. You're on a precipice. I think I've said that word right. And in a way, it might feel like you're jumping off because if I sit back in my chair, it's like that's what's comfortable. But in reality, what you're wanting here is to move forward because this is all about change. Taking those steps and letting go of the past, moving forward with a new ideal and a new awareness. I give thanks and knowing that it's like everything is opening up for you to grab it with both hands and say, yes, I deserve, I am loved, I am desired, I am wanted. All those things that say that the universe supports you for. And as you know it supports you for, it will support you in the outside world. And I give thanks in the knowing of this. And I give thanks as I release this idea, as I release this energy, as I release this perception out into the universe, knowing that it is done. And now I shake it. It's just a matter of you relaxing and allowing, so both physically and mentally can come into an alignment. And I give thanks and I thank you for being here. I truly, truly do. Kayla says, oh, great treatments. Thank you so much. I see all clear and completed with such love and joy for all of us. Yes. Karen says, makes a lot of sense, and I would love more joy. Thank you. I think we all do. We're in the middle of winter dark. We've had snow. It's been cold. And I don't know. Tonight just seems joy wants to come through. So Marion says, thank you. Melissa Bobby. Okay, hi. Nice to join you tonight. And I would love a treatment 6, 12, and 17. And I will just work on from the numbers, seeing there's no words. 6 sometimes can be confusion, not knowing if we're going to go right or left or up or down. And it has a lot often to do also where you're putting your personal power, how your personal power is working. And the 12 is talking about acceptance. See, often people forget until we accept 100% something, we don't usually change anything. But I see here by 17 is that you have a power and an understanding and a light within yourself, that you have an essence of who you are. So the confusion that's here is basically to be accepted, which will bring clarity. And then you have your own power to propel you to work in the direction of where you want to go. Your knowledge base is there. Use it. But anyway, let's go into treatment and let's see what we're given for this. I know they're one power, one essence. And so as I speak my word for Melissa, I know that her knowledge and her awareness and her strength is there for her to accept, to be, the word again is comfortable in that, and acknowledge that to herself, self-acknowledgement that their essence of who she is, the understanding, the learning, the wherewithal, the knowingness of who and what and where has loads of information that just needs to perhaps be worked in. And that's what I see. It's like braiding a long piece of hair, some people wear their hair way down the back in a braid. And I just feel that you just need to braid things together. That's in the essence that they're showing me, actually, that all these different parts that bring them together, make a braid out of them. They interlock. And learning how they interlock brings a sense of ease and relaxation and an awareness of your own power in a gentle, loving way. I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give the thanks in how also it has helped each one of us listening to understand that we can interlock our knowingness and be all that we can be. And so I release this thought, knowing that it is done for Lemissa, that she will bring about ease in all the different areas of knowledge that she has. And for that, I say, and so it is. Amen. And thank you, Melissa, for joining us tonight. And I see here you say, we will take all the joy we can get. And she then says, such a wonderful message. Thank you so much. And so it is. Yes, most definitely. I really, really think that. Oh, okay, here we are. A little bit later. Okay, here's Lisa Marie. Okay, hi, Norma. I would love my guidance on whether we should move into a new home with a beautiful creek and nature in the backyard. Hang on a minute. Lisa Marie, I got to write this down in my book because sometimes I forget the numbers and stuff. 121 and 17. 17 again. Look how many times I've written 17 down here on my page. So this is about movement. This is where I would like to have my cards, of course, right? and that always explains things and so much for more awareness. But anyway, I would say, looking at your numbers, that you could easily have this new home with your beautiful creek and nature in the backyard. It's possible. It's also the rest of the two numbers, 21 and 17, have a lot to do with balancing all the different elements that you have. Oh, I wrote movement down. That's interesting. But it's like everything is possible, but now we got to balance the world. We've got to balance everything, and your knowledge and your awareness. I almost feel like if you just listen to your gut, you would know what to do. How do I want to say this? I almost feel like this is a matter of me just supporting you in what you already know, what you want to do. So we'll do the treatment. I'm sure will come through like that. So I'm just asking my guys who sort of work with me. Sometimes it's not always as obvious, but it's true. They do. Okay, Lisa Marie, here we go. I know in the one power and the one essence that the love that is brought forth is without measure. I also know, as I speak to the question, that everything is possible for you, and you know that. I also know that in the balancing of your life, you understand that it needs to be comfortable for you, that your work, your essence of you needs comfort and balance and awareness. I know that as you listen to yourself, you know, it's not for me to say, it's not for even the guidance to come in and show without, this is about you trusting that inner knowingness that you have, that inner connection of being, because it's all there. and it's all possible. If you really want this place, relax and allow it to occur. If you don't want the place, just say that was nice, but this is what we're going to do. So I really think that even though everything is possible, it'll come down to your own decision in the moment of how the energy is, because you have lots of energy. You have lots of awareness. You have lots of strength. Wouldn't be surprised if you work as a healer, actually, or something, because it's all there. So it's like, just relax and allow it to listen to that little voice inside that says, yes, this is the time. This is the time. And that comes from number one, the magician. Everything is possible. This is the time. That's my message. And so we give thanks in knowing that it's all done and prepared and ready. And I release this thought knowing that it is true and it is complete for Lisa Marie. And thank you so much for being here. And Jerry Jason says, thank you and good evening to Norma. Thank you. Thank you. You have no questions, I take it? Nothing else? We find these days we're running to about 7:30. Where in the beginning we used to go at 7:45, but I'm probably talking faster now too, which is okay. So if that is no other comment, I'm just going to give a couple of seconds more for any other comment to come in, as I thank everybody for being here. I thank you for your comments. I thank you for your subscriptions. I thank you for the support that I've gotten through this last pretty well year. And as I have been determined to make this do what I do. And so I really, really, really think, I just don't know what to say, except Lisa Marie has said, thank you very much, Norma. Have a wonderful evening. I really needed to hear that. It's such a perfect place that I am just a bit fearful of how small it is. See if you can gesture that. Melissa says, thank you. Love Monday nights because of your treatments. Thank you. Well, I love doing them. So yes, so that's why I'm here, because I love doing them. And I sort of incorporated a lot of my philosophy as well with them. And I trust that works for everyone. But as I said, I want to thank you for everything. And I really, really value you. And I value Monday nights in particular. So as long as people are coming, I will be showing up Monday nights. So God bless. Enjoy. Remember that joyousness. Look for the joy in your life right now. And I am, sorry, Lisa Marie, yes, I am well. I'm just getting in leaps and bounds, as they say, getting where I need to be. So I will say good night and wish you well. And I'll see you again Monday. But remember, Wednesday, which will be the next, is Norma Talks Metaphysics. And so there's an idea cropping in my head at the moment, but we'll see. And then again, of course, Sunday, a Sunday thought. Blessings to you. Bye now.